everybody, it's me, Cricket, and I figured I'd come on here and show you all a little bit of the town of Delmont, South Dakota. I'm up here visiting my sons, and I thought I'd show you guys a little video of the town and chat with you a little bit. So let's walk around the town and I'll show you what it's like. First off, we have a pantry. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, it's a small town. It's only that's the end of it right down there. We're about, you see that little church steeple. We're gonna walk down that way, but first off, I wanted to let you guys see who I met up here in Delmont. I think this is one of the, if I'm not mistaken, I think I read somewhere where there's only like a half a dozen of these left, and one of them happens to be here in Delmont. And while I was here, I actually walked down here to see it, and I wondered if anybody was home. So I thought, well, I'll kind of open the door, knock on it. I don't see anybody here, but I guess it still works. It looks like it's in working condition. But a lot of you younger kids probably won't even know what this is, or what it was. But look who I found. Hey, Superman, how's it going?
Good.
Yeah, this is my son Alex, guys. He's my youngest. He lives here in Delmont, and he's going to walk with me to show you guys the town. He might know a little bit of the history of some of it that I wouldn't be able to tell you, but we figured we'd walk together. So let's take a walk and see what we can find. Do you have to close your door when you leave home? Okay. All right. Speaking of which, I think this is one of the last towns we've left, I don't know in what places, and didn't have to worry about locking the house doors or the car doors. And it's been totally safe. But I think the population of the people here is how many? Do you know, Alex?
Off the top of my head, about 100, maybe 200 people max.
Okay. Yeah. There is some children here, I've been told, but I haven't seen any yet. Yeah, it's a quiet little town, but to go to the store or anything that you would want to do, you have to travel probably about 35 miles. Am I right on that?
Mm-hmm.
To get to a big store?
The closest one is about 15.
Okay, and that's a little one, right? In Armour?
That's in Armour, but the next one is like 20 miles back to Parkston.
Okay. I'm hoping I'm not jarring this too much, guys. We're walking as we go. So, here we have a Union Legion Lounge, and I don't think there's very many people that go there, but it's an older building. But the people here in the town, there's, like I said, a few, and they're mainly a lot of elderly. They try to keep it cleaned up, picked up, everything done to it, and they do the best they can, and it's a nice little town. Here we have a memorial to the veterans of World War II, and they have flower pots in front of it, and it says erected in 1919 by the citizens of Delmont and vicinity in honor of soldiers, sailors, and Marines who served in the World War. And then over here it says, in memory of John Kurtz, September 18, 1918. Michael Labe, October 12, 1918. Joseph H. Brichbach, October 14, 1918. Earl E. Berry, October 15th, 1918. August Brimmer, October 15th, 1918. Howard T. Huey, November 1st, 1918. And then it says, in memory of Reynold Albert and dedicated to the veterans. Okay, let's walk down here a little further. I'm hoping my camera doesn't decide to shut off because there's a couple older buildings. Here's an older one. Let's go on the street here. And I can kind of show you some of these. Now, from my understanding, a lot of these buildings and houses are up for sale. And, you know, you could purchase them at a fairly decent price. It would be nice to bring a business, if you have a business with you, but and hope that, you know, by people doing that, they could build the town up a little bit. But it's, you know, probably going to take quite a bit to do that. But this one here is a very pretty building. I really love this building. And I think it used to be an opera house back in the day, because you can see the brick on the building, and in the front here it actually says, do you know much about this building, Alex?
I don't.
Opry House at the top. That's why I'm saying I think it used to be an opera house, you know, or theater where people come and maybe heard some people sing, or, you know. And now it's for sale, and they say it's a house for sale by owner, but it's a big building, and I don't know if we can see inside some of it, but like I said, some of them are older buildings. It takes some repairs.
Library.
What's that?
The library.
Okay, and this one here next to it was the Opera Block Library. I don't think there's anything in here now, but that's what it says on the window. The library. I don't know if you guys can see in there, but it's really going to be blurry.
Yeah.
So we'll keep walking. And this here used to be a mini mart. It's got the sign up there that says Mini Mart. I don't know. Mini Mart.
Over here.
It's the Mini Mart. Why don't you video and I'll walk and talk? You video it. Okay? And this here used to be a general repair shop. Another building. We have a community center. The community center is still being used. It's still in operation. Actually, my son, Jesse, actually works here. And he does a lot of holds a lot of the meetings with the mayor, the councils and stuff like that. So he does quite a bit for the community here. And I want to show you the famous tornado shelter. All the way around it, show them the whole thing. But it says it can withstand 166 to 200 miles per hour safe room, design wind speed. And it's probably about the size of one of the pods that you could get to store your stuff in and then have it move. And this is the tornado shelter. Post office. Back to the post office. 1776 to 1976. That's what this rock says. And this is the post office. They do still have a bank which is across the street. It is a Bank West. I think that's still in operation.
Yeah, it is.
And then we just have a couple old buildings still coming up. This one is called Someplace Inn. I'm not, is that still in operation?
It is in operation. The guy that owns it's getting ready to sell it.
And what is it? What kind of business is it?
It's a bar, and
Okay.
there's his place up top.
Okay. So he lives above his business. So that's a business you could buy and then live above it, right?
Yep.
Gas station still in working orders?
No.
Yep. There's an old gas station, but it's not in operation. Show you.
The co-op. That's not either.
We have these buildings across the road, which is a Bluebird Locker, which is a meat store.
Yep. That one's still in.
That is still in operation. You have a couple buildings. This looks like an old hangar building. This little old red thing here. Oh, you know what? If I lived out here for all my yarny friends, I would open a yarn store with this little red building. Imagine all the yarn I could put in there. Embroidery, yarn, all kinds of stuff. It needs some repairs, but I would do it. And this house here on the corner is,
The Onion House.
they call it the Onion House. And I think, didn't a doctor own it at one time?
At one time,
Yeah,
yeah.
it used to be a doctor's home. The town doctor
Yep.
lived in it. I know it used to be open. You could go in there and tour it.
There's about it too.
Yeah. It used to be you could go in there and tour it. I don't know if you still can. Yeah. This was built in 1902 and listed. Okay. It was built in 1902 and listed on the National Historic Register, named for the onion-shaped metallic dome. And the Bluebird Locker business began in 1944 and known regionally for its Delmont sausage. Business uses many technology innovations unique in this area. It's got a Dakota Star. It's an attraction route. But this is the Onion House. Through the Deadwood. There's Deadwood out here too, isn't it? Deadwood? Wow. Hold on, I'm going to read this. This project is being funded in part by Dakota Historical Society, Department of Education, through the Deadwood Society. So this is the Onion House. It used to be the home of the town doctor. And across here we have a pump house.
Show me the signature too.
It's still recording. This is the Pump House Museum, and it's a Historical Society of Delmont. Now, what is the pump house? Is that where your water?
I believe so, yeah.
Home of the Kitchen Festival. Now, we're going to show you. Oh, this is. We got stones with names and memorials. This is the Historical Society of Delmont. Now, if you break the law, if Superman don't take care of you, you're going to the Delmont City Jail. And I would hate to be in this jail. I can imagine it to be a sweatbox.
Let me get close enough to the sign.
But this is the Delmont City Jail. Are we allowed to look inside it?
I'm not sure.
There is no windows.
At all.
There is no windows in this. Well, they ain't gonna break out now, are they? They might dig under, maybe, but
Oh, there's windows.
yeah, there's some. Okay. Can you see inside? Wow. Delmont County Jail.
Oh my God, back there.
Okay. Well, guys, this is the town of Delmont. There is a church, kitty corner over here. I don't know how old it is, but it's a church house. Yeah. And there is a water tower. And there is a park. But there is, like I said, a lot of houses here that are up for sale. The people here are very, very nice, very, very friendly. Nobody seems to bother each other, but if one person's in need or something, they're there to help each other. That's something to, you know, to be thankful for, because you don't have that in a lot of your cities anymore. Everybody's out for what they can get, and they don't care, and it's you know, it's all about the greed that's attacking our country. So little towns like this are few and far between. So, you know, it's a nice place to visit, and you know, just kind of, if you want to get away from it all, there's no hustle and bustle out here. Even I found going into the town where the big stores is was very nice. So if you're looking for a place to retire and you want no hustle and bustle and you want a small little quiet town, Delmont might just be what you want. Yeah, you don't. I've been out here and I haven't even heard a siren. They do have a little firehouse. I think it's a volunteer fire department. I haven't seen any police officers. I don't think they really have a need for them out here. Maybe they got one or two that drives through, but
they come through at 10 o'clock in the morning. The state trooper does.
Oh.
And then 6 o'clock at night.
He said they come through at 10 o'clock in the morning, drive through, and 6 o'clock at night, just to see how the town is doing.
And that's all the surveillance that they do.
And that's all the surveillance that they do. I mean, however, they do have 911 out here. So there is a 911. You know, it might take them a little bit to get here, but they do get here. This is a church house. I did see a couple churches. They still have a church. It's maintained very well. And this one is, let's see what the name of this is. It's a Lutheran church. Hope Lutheran Church. It's a Lutheran church. Is the park that way? Or is it down there, the park? Okay. Huh? Okay. And we're going to walk into a park that my son, well, actually both my sons help maintain. As I told you, they both live out here. And their father lives out here. So, but this is a small little town. Nice place to stroll, take a walk, walk your dog.
You can walk out here until like 12 o'clock in the morning.
And one thing I will say, the night skies out here, guys, are just simply gorgeous. Stars everywhere. I'm talking, they just light up. They light up the sky. There's so many of them.
And occasionally the lights in the sky.
And occasionally you can see some lights up in the sky. So, yeah. But there is a park. And a schoolhouse. The schoolhouse is actually up for sale. It's a big building. They still have schools. The kids have a choice of, I think, 3 different schools they can go to, and the bus comes out here and picks them up. But this schoolhouse here closed down because I guess there's not enough kids to keep it open, and the building was old.
No, we can't close it because
And Alex knows a little bit more of it. Why did it close, Alex?
the people that owned it didn't want to run it anymore.
Oh,
So they closed it. Now it's owned by a lady that doesn't want anybody over there near it.
my other son said, being he's on the council, he might be able to, you know, get me in there to where I could do some video on it. I have heard that for all you paranormal, you know, which that it's haunted. So I don't know.
If you walk past the front doors, you'll see a noose hanging there.
Oh yeah?
And if you like turn away from it and look back, you'll see it drop.
Oh yeah? You want to try it? Okay. Let's go.
I wouldn't walk in the yard though.
This is sidewalk. So it's you know, it's a bit of a tell for the school. I've heard different stories, and then I've heard it's just so old that they didn't want to keep the maintenance up on it. And then I've heard the story of it being haunted. I heard it is up for sale, and I think I'm not quite sure on the price, but I think it was right around $100,000. So it is a pretty good sized building. If the town grew up, you could make small little apartments maybe in it, or a senior citizen living place, you know, where you take care of them, make sure they're taken care of, and meals, so they could stay out of nursing homes. But it'd be a senior care center. But you know, people could still take care of themselves, and you're just there in case they need you. It could be one of them centers. So, you know, there's an old school bus out there. Still, there's still an old school bus. So, okay. Here's a door. Can we go up and look in it? I mean, we can't just go up there and look in the door? Okay, I'll just have my son Jesse talk to the lady and maybe see if she won't let us go in there and make a video. But there's the old school bus. Now there is another park that I wanted to show you guys, and there's a great view off of the park, the one by Jesse's. And the whole town takes care of the park. Okay. Oh, we got a little buddy. If you guys could see him, he's running across the road there. Little bunny. But yeah, they say the little lady that owns this property, she's not real keen on people, you know, hanging around the building, which you can't blame her, you know, but
It's ready to fall in.
yeah, it's got some structural damage, and she's more afraid of people getting hurt. So I don't know about the park. Somebody obviously maintains it here a little bit, the little playground. She probably maintains it, and I'm sure she allows kids to play at the park, but I don't know about anything else. Like I said, I don't know. I'm just here visiting. But I wanted to give you guys some more content on, you know, something to watch besides all my crafts and crocheting and talking. But yeah, this is the town of Delmont, and it's pretty warm here today. It's like, I think 77, but there's a nice breeze blowing, so the weather's very nice. It does get hot here. It does get hot here, but other than that, it's, you know, a nice little town park. So I just wanted to give you guys a little view of the town of Delmont.
We're coming up on a great view.
So, yeah, we're coming up on a great view. I would like you all to see it. And it's a little park, and I think the whole town helps to maintain it.
And at night when you're sitting there,
Mm-hmm.
you can hear coyotes. And
You can hear what?
coyotes. And you can barely see them run across the field.
You're going to have to talk up louder for this to pick it up, Alex. Say it again. I don't know if it picked it up.
If you sit out here and by the field, you can see like little heads of coyotes just running across the fields and hear them.
Yeah. I haven't seen any yet, but I have seen a lot of cattle and rabbits. I had the pleasantry of meeting a garter snake that I was not happy about, but he went his way and I went mine. So that's about the extent of that one. Yeah, this is going to be a beautiful view, guys, when we get up here. I'm hoping y'all can see it. And this don't cut off before we get there. I'm going to walk a little faster, so if it does, it's been having a habit of wanting to cut off on me, and I don't know why. And I have to make a part 2. So,
This was an old campground.
this here,
Mm-hmm.
this was an old campground right here. Yep. Wow. I got an old crank water
Mm-hmm.
thing there. Y'all can see it.
Oh,
Water crank. Yeah.
couple old ones.
An old tractor. Okay, we're coming up to some beautiful views. In the other park that I told you the town keeps it, they work together to keep it up nice and plant flowers in it. And they just had a big giant, for the town, they all got together and had a potluck cookout down here. And my son sent me pictures. It looked like they were enjoying themselves. But like I said, it's a very old town. A lot of the houses are old. And there's some that's, you know, in need of repair, but there's a lot of other ones that are very nice. So, and there is a lot of houses up for sale. And they're fairly reasonable priced, because there's nothing here in the town. But if, you know, like I said, people wanted to retire or just get away from the hustle and bustle, they do get some winters. Some are mild, some are bad. But that could be anywhere where we get snow. I mean, even Ohio gets bad winters and good winters, so.
Last winter that we had here, the snow came up to here.
About your waist?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That's part of the park.
Yeah, here's a little section of the park here. We'll walk over here where I can video it better. Get a little shade, get out of the sun.
Name of the park.
Look at this view, guys. As far as you can see. Yeah, I can see. It's nothing but prairie. Look at this. Here's a little place. If you get tired, you can sit and rest. It's got some little bushes planted out here. Look at the cobblestone. Little benches.
They made little trails in here just to walk around.
Yeah. Oh. Okay. Let's get the name of the park, and then we'll walk the little trails. What's this say? Mysteric Park. Okay. They made that. And they got some trails mowed in here where you can actually walk around. That's kind of neat. Kind of like a maze.
Yeah.
Hopefully we don't run into no little belly crawlers. I'll be back in Ohio as fast as you can blink an eye running. Yeah. Look at all the grasshoppers. Just look at them. Can you guys see them flipping out? The grass. Watch them. Everywhere. And I have seen some beautiful butterflies. I haven't seen any today. but I have seen some. Beautiful butterflies. Okay. Yep. They're just flying everywhere. Grasshopper City. Got some pots and some benches to sit on as you walk. There's another one out over there. And it just goes on out, and you can walk out in through the prairie. We're not going to go that far out. I'll run out of time. I don't want to keep this too long. But I wanted to show you guys some of the sights. Here's a nice pretty gate. Yep. It's a pretty gate. And okay, let's go this way. There's some trees with path. Oh, it feels good right here with the breeze. It goes really good with this breeze. Maybe we'll go over and cop a swat and swing for a little bit. Just sit there. Okay.
I actually helped the guy that did all the
Oh yeah?
planting and putting rocks down.
That's pretty. I can imagine what it looks like when it was in full bloom. I think the last time I was up here, this one and that one over there were in full bloom. And they were pretty, very pretty colors.
I also did that old wagon over there that's tipped over.
Yep. We'll walk over there. And here's another swing. Some more of the prairie land. I'll walk out here and get you guys a better shot. But look at this. All the windmills out there. I don't know if you guys can see them. I don't know how to zoom this in a little better, but windmills. Windmills and more windmills. They're all out there to the left. I don't know if you guys can see them, if it's picking them up. Yeah. And they go all the way over. Me and my son, we came in here at night, and I had never seen, I think it's a grid, and it was lit up, all red lights going across as far as you could see. Red lights on a grid, going across the highways. Pitch black, couldn't see a foot in front of you, but you could see them red lights out in the distance. And I was like, what is that? I felt so stupid because it was, all I could see was red lights stretching forever. And they were flashing. And my son's like, Mom, I'm pretty sure that's the grid. So it was interesting to see that. But there is a covered wagon, or not a covered wagon, but an old wagon over here. And they've turned it up and put flowers and everything in it. Like I said, the